Good morning. It's 9:05 and we are live. I don't know why that became a thing, but it just did. So live at 9:05. I don't know. It's maybe it's going back. I worked in radio a long time ago, and I don't know. Like there's silly little stuff like that that's stuck forever. So anyway, welcome to the morning stream. I'm gonna pop over to the chat real quick and see who's here. I see Gina, Reggie, and Pink. Pink gets the gold star for being the first one in the room. Pink program. All right. Sounds like WKRP. Dude, I lived in Cincinnati for far too long. I don't need reminders of that place. No. All right, coffee is in hand, and it is needed. Oh my God, is it needed? All right. I changed up my music a little bit today. Pulled up some other tracks that of mine that I kind of dig. I just tons of music. I would love to be able to take about a year sabbatical from art and just do nothing but music. But as anyone who's ever tried to do music for a living can tell you, music does not pay. It just doesn't. Like I actually know people who are successful, quote unquote, famous musicians, and they don't make money off their music. They make money off stuff that's like related to their music, but the actual music doesn't make jack anymore. It's really weird. Really weird. I mean, I guess if you're getting like millions and millions of plays on YouTube and Spotify, yeah, you might get something out of that. But it's just weird. So anyway, yeah. But screw it. I love making music, so there's some that I always throw up in my feed. Gina says, I don't know if you could ever really just focus on one thing. You shut your mouth. Oh my God. Listen to you. That's right. Gina is the official peanut gallery. Always has been. You're more of a I need to be doing 7,500 things type of person. Maybe. I'm getting older. I've tamped it down a little bit. Just a little. So let's go ahead and jump into Zed. Okay, backing up. Gina just let me know I'm mute. See, that's why Gina's around. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Blah, 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 blah. I have such a bad habit of that. I need to have like an automated thing on there. Duh! I'm back. Can you all hear me? I'm speaking as I type. Alright, so anyway, as I was saying, derp. Oh my god. See, one of these days, gonna have a budget to get me a producer who hangs out in the morning and manages this stuff, so they're all conscious of that kind of thing. Because my brain is, dude, it's 9:13 and my brain is somewhere around 2 p.m. right now. I'm working like way too far ahead of the game. Sometimes it's hard. I tend to think too far ahead, and I get focused on what's coming instead of where I'm at, and I gotta watch about that. It's very, very annoying. And so I'll miss a little thing like a mute button. So anyway, what I was saying is back on like Friday, the new printer came in, and it is amazing. We got a Frozen, what is it, Sonic, the Sonic Mighty 4K printer, resin printer, and I still love my little Anycubic Photon. It's a great little printer, and it's gonna do its duty once a couple of parts that it needs come in. The Anycubic Photon, I have an Anycubic Photon Mono, and it's an excellent little printer. My only caveat with it is that it has like the resin vat that comes with it is proprietary. So whenever you have to change the sheet, the clear sheet and the FEP sheet in the bottom of it, it's a nightmare because those damn things are sold out constantly. So I have multiples of those on back order. It's like I got the thing and I used it for like 2 weeks and was like, yay! And then I needed to change the FEP sheet and it's like, oh. So, and I even ordered, this is the irony too, is I ordered replacement vats from a company called Soval. Great vats, better quality vats. Except they too have a proprietary thing to them. So guess what? Everybody who ordered a Anycubic Photon Mono and needs the proprietary junk that you need for their resin vat, well, all those people who were forward thinking were like, oh yeah, I'm going to get the Soval replacement vats. Well, guess what? Soval made theirs proprietary too. So everybody who had a run on stuff from Photon also had a run on the stuff from Soval. So they're both sold out. Very, very annoying. So anyway, I knew that I was going to need more printers anyway, so I went ahead and got the Frozen, why can't I remember the name of this damn thing? Frozen Sonic Mighty 4K. Frozen Sonic Mighty 4K. Came highly recommended, and that thing is a tank. It's bigger. God, is it bigger. It's a bigger printer, bigger print volume, rock solid build. Love the way the resin vat works on it. Everything mounts together a certain way. Like, it doesn't slide in. Like, that's another comparison I can make. One of these days I'm going to do a straight comparison video between the two. Because, like, on the Anycubic, their vats slide in, which, if you're not careful, can actually score up your FEP sheet. And if you're into 3D printing at all, you'll know that that's bad. Whereas with the Sonic, at first it seems annoying because you have to sight the vat up on these screw pegs. But I figured out pretty quickly it's actually much smarter because you're forced to always put the vat in straight down, so you're not going to score up your screen or your FEP sheets with that. Anyway, yeah, you guys probably have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just kind of babbling about that stuff because it's super exciting to me. And really, the point of all of that, let's go back to the headshot for a minute. The point of all of that is little dudes like this. This is a little dude. And then there are much bigger dudes to come. A couple of which I could pull over. I need to have them closer so I can just bring them on screen and show sometimes. Actually, here's a good one. Look at this guy right here. And this fella, this is the little version, who I've got painted up, and I love him. I love him so much. He's my little buddy. But there is a version of him sitting on the shelf over here that I'll show pretty soon that is about that big. So it's nice. It's beefy. There's another fun one. This guy right here. So got a lot of paint work still to do on this, but I have to budget myself an afternoon one day to finish the paint. All right. And one more. I think I've shown this one before too. Finally got this guy painted up. So, but yeah, if you've been working digital, doing 3D stuff digitally, as long as I have, just now being able to have the stuff in your hand is, dude, it's so cool. So anyway, that's enough about that junk. When my mic was muted, I was talking about the keying on this dragon model that I'm working on. So let's see. I'm just gonna pop back over the chat real quick. Let's see. All right. I'm glad to see y'all talking amongst yourselves a little bit. That's cool. That's cool. All right, let's get a shot of coffee. Just to recap, so the stuff that I was saying at the beginning isn't completely moot. I was talking about, very briefly, about keying a model. Like, you have to make a model watertight. Can't be a single sheet of polys. It has to close off somewhere. So, like, this wing is watertight. This guy right here is watertight. And then there are these, like, I cut it so that it will all fit on the printer the way that I want. And then I add in these shapes right here. You see these are like little tapered shapes, and they socket together. Like there's keying on the tail, and then keying here, and then those all socket together. So yeah, this guy right here is probably going to be, how tall is that coming out over there? This is probably going to be at least a 12-inch, maybe 15-inch tall print when it's done. It's going to be huge. Can't wait to see that. And I was mentioning before, when you guys let me know that I was yammering on with nobody able to hear me, if anyone sees any of the sculpts I'm doing in the mornings or any of this kind of stuff that's on here, you see any of it and you actually like a physical copy, just to collect, to own, to have, because you think it's cool or whatever, and you just, it's like it'd be super cool to have that in your hand, let me know. Let me know. We can work something out. Like I said, like I said, and I heard, but no one else heard earlier because I was freaking muted. I don't have it set up on my website just yet to be able to just take orders, like normal orders. But if anyone wants anything like that, we can work something out, do some PayPal or something, and I can get it to you. So that's as I'm getting that stuff ramped up, we've got some super cool things coming down the pipe with my comic book publisher, where can't go into all the details just yet, but there's some cool things happening. And so if you want any of that kind of super personal service on the 3D printing side and on the collectible side of things, then you're probably going to want to get in on that soon, because probably inside a few months from now, it's going to end up moving at a pace where I probably won't be able to do that so much. I'll have to make, the price will get higher for custom prints, for one-off custom prints, and it will get, it'll just have to, to be able to score that kind of time out of my schedule will have to come at a premium, and, it is what it is. But you know, that'll be a good problem for me to have whenever it comes. And until then, if you folks are interested in anything, hit me up. So, all that said, twice since I was muted the first time, let's grab a sphere and jump into some sculpting. All right. So, excuse me. Let's cut back the number of visible subtools and turn on some symmetry. Check our floor, make sure I'm oriented forward. So there's my z-axis, so let's go forward. And we're gonna dynamesh it. All right. And let's just switch off. Different piece of music here real quick. A little more ambient. All right. So my theme for the morning was big-eyed sympathetic alien. So let's just start pushing and pulling around. Start from a very low resolution. And I'm going to start off with shoving some spheres in for eyes. And then breaking those off. And I'm going to turn on subdivision on them so they're nice and smooth. So now we have just some spheres there as stand-ins for eyes. And I'm going to use that as a bit of a guide. So let's kind of stewy the head a little bit first. Almost Grogu it. Alright. Nice thing about something like this, I'm thinking kind of baby headish, which is kind of easy. Makes it, you know, it's like you've got some smoothness going on. Let's grab my favorite new tool, the mesh balloon, and let's do some ears on this. That I'm not going to completely rip off Grogu here. I want to go with something kind of droopy, maybe a little. Something like that. Let's push those in. And then clip plane them. Oh Lord, what happened? Let's just there we go. Mirror that, mirror and weld it. Alright. Pardon me. Of course, I'm in sculptress mode because I love sculptress mode. It's great for this kind of thing. So let's go through here and start adding some volume. And I know I need to do some things that kind of peel this off. I do have kind of Grogu on the brain this morning. I was just kind of looking around. I have a ton of Grogu, you know, Baby Yoda from the Mandalorian Grogu toys around because I just love Star Wars so much. I don't care. People can keep the damn political junk out of Star Wars. I love it. I'm happy to have any of it. You know, even scars and all, you know, it's like there's some stuff and then the newer stuff that I'm like, okay, I get it. I get why some people are upset with different things and all that stuff, but I'm like, y'all just be thankful. You know, it's like we're in a time when we got Star Wars. We got Star Wars coming out the ying, and it's pretty awesome. Coming out the bum, and I love it. Star Wars has always been at the heart of why I do this stuff. So. Alright. Let's see. I'm kind of listening out the side for the printer. The new Sonic Mighty 4K is running hard right now. It's chugging on this big dragon sculpt, and it's almost finished. So I got a few other nifty new things in the studio. I've got a camera actually mounted behind me that I haven't worked into the streams yet, but eventually I'm gonna get that going so that I can pop off and actually just walk the camera over to the printers and show things going on there. Also use it to set up and show when I'm doing like actual painting, like on canvas or boards or whatever. And yeah, there's a whole process of things that been working on building here over the past year. Mm-hmm. All right. Reggie asks, is the dragon for 3D print? Yes, it is. It is printing right now. Let's see. Gina says, when is season 3? Any idea? I don't know. I don't know. I really... I'm looking forward to it, but hesitantly after some of the BS fallout that's happened. You know, Disney... Well, let's just say... I think they zigged when they should have zagged when it comes to firing Gina Carano. And that's just sad to me. Alright. I need to break this away from being quite so Grogu-ish. Even with the ears pointed down like that, it still is a little too much like him. So I'm going to whittle away some of this. Let me peel back on the ears just a touch. Okay. Alright, let's see here. Let's pull some stuff down here and get a little bit of a body going. Just maybe some shoulders. I've done monsters so much, a lot of folks don't realize how much I actually enjoy doing cute things. But, you know, I guess it is what it is. I mean, I love my monsters, don't get me wrong. I love doing the big gnarlies. Alright, let's start doing some cutting. Cutting some things in here and see if we can find some interesting shapes to pull out of this. The bad thing about trying to do a cute, kind of baby-headed alien sort of thing is it's very easy to end up with the same thing over and over because, you know, it's kind of a very defined archetype. So, you know, I'm shooting for something. It's actually hard not to just basically do Grogu again. So I'd say I'm going to end up cutting these ears off completely. Because the ears are making it way too Grogu looking. So let's just, I'm going to chop off the little guy's ears. Oh no! Goodbye, little ears. Your little ears must go away now. Oh, I'm digging that. I'm digging that. Yeah, that I feel like that now takes it away from being quite such a Grogu clone, which is really important. Because, you know, everyone's terrified of the big mouse, and since the big mouse owns this galaxy far away, you don't want to be... It's like, oh no, don't come after me, big mouse. Oh, and also, since I was mentioning, you know, like 3D printing, if you like anything you see, you know, we can hook you up. Also, if you like anything you hear, any of the music, you know, I can make that stuff available. Would probably make it available free of charge, actually. I'm tempted to throw up either a separate YouTube channel or start putting stuff up on this one that's just my music. Because why not, you know? Okay, I like this. He's pouty. This is like, it just, I don't know, something about this little head that I'm really digging now. Really digging. Give him a little pouty bottom lip. Let's turn that off. Turn off some Sculptress while I'm doing that. Inflating that to create that shape. No, he's not getting a mustache. Although it would be kind of funny. He's reminding me of something from when I was a kid, and I can't place it. do a cartoon 3D version of Finnegan, Gina says. I should. Finny's a cute little dog. Oh! Oh! The dragon is done! That's what that that beeping is. Oh! Oh! Oh, I so want to, like, film pulling that off of there. But, no, I'm gonna stay on task. It's so cool. It's so cool. Oh my god, I can't wait. Yeah, definitely will be doing a video about that. Hopefully it turned out well. One of the things that really sucks for me at this point is, you know, it's like I'm still very much in a learning phase, a learning stage of doing the 3D prints myself. Like I've had stuff 3D printed before that I've sent off to places, and others have done it. Others have done the setups, and there's a thing on them called supports where you have to have these, like, basically pegs added into the pegs, or they look almost like sprues on an old injection molding plastic model. And you have to have those added in so that the stuff can actually print and pull out properly. It's something I'll probably do some videos on at some point, but for now, just suffice it to say there's a technical pain in the butt part of it that I am just wrapping my head around, and frankly am probably going to end up being out some money here and there just in supplies from the trial and error, but it's totally worth it. There's a whole part of that that's coming together. It's coming together well. I mean, I'm having lots of successful prints, but, you know, if you just Google or search on YouTube for 3D resin print fails, you'll find out very quickly what I'm talking about. Switch off to a material that lets me see some topology, or some topography, not topology. It's not topology, really. Topology's garbage until it's actually remeshed and cleaned up. But topography, because I want to see some light going across the surface. It's going to help inform how I do things. I really love using Sculptress for this, and I say that every video, but one of my favorite things is being able to smooth things in Sculptress. So, like, where the polygons are less dense down here, if I have a small brush and I'm smoothing, they become more dense. But then, like, if I have an area, like right through here, that I want it to really smooth out more, by virtue of just the math involved, like if I use a larger brush and it smooths that by transitioning it into larger polys, well, just the nature of how those polys work. You know, a polygon is a flat space, and if you have more flat spaces, then there's an averaging effect that happens to all the points in that area. So that's something you can use to your advantage. I do this a lot too, where I'll take the damn standard and I'll carve in and then use that smoothing I was talking about to average things back out. I like that little face. Let's give him some folds in the eyelids here. I mean, it feels like there's some layers that will come together there whenever it moves. And some hints of little furrow sort of things that hint at some structure underneath. Little wrinkles. Anything in the chat? Let's see. Gina says 9 numb from Star Wars, not a mustache, just his face. I could see that. Pink mentions Farscape. I think I'm gonna blend the ears into the head a little bit here. I don't know. Let's see. Kind of like where that's leading. That's giving me an idea for a way to kind of further delineate this as a character in a way that's kind of might be a little more unique, kind of cool. Kind of reminds me of a creature from the first Men in Black movie. The music that's going right now is a piece that I did pulling from samples from the movie Prince of Darkness from back in the 80s. Great John Carpenter flick. Lots of cool lines in it. Had Alice Cooper with a little cameo in it. Kind of a zombie sort of dude. Great stuff. Oh, that's a sassy little face. He is sassy looking. I like him. That's a face that wants its chalky milk and some nuggies. That's all I'm saying. Some chalky milk and some nuggies for this little guy. I'm gonna play with something here and let's see. Adding some volume. See what that does. I'll get better right about there. Smooth this stuff here back out a little bit. I like the little folds. I can see this being like the young, a young member of some species that, like, maybe when they're adults, their ears have pulled away from the flesh back here, and there's some kind of droopy, drapey sort of thing that goes with it. But when they're young, it's still melded in. And lots of wrinkles and, you know, adipose type stuff in the back. Little fat heads. Doing really well on time, I feel like. That's nice. And just as a concept piece, feel pretty good with this little guy. Tempted to take the opportunity to play with some different ideas on him. But I want to keep this morning pretty tightly under wraps, time-wise. Alright, let's go grab my H polish. Turn that off for a second. Cool. Cool. Alright, now we're going to turn Sculptress back on. I'll lose that edge there. I might print this guy later, I don't know. Okay, let's see what we got here with a Dynamesh this again. Go to a higher resolution, turn off blurring, keep project turned on. If anything's going to crash it, it's going to be that. Nope, didn't crash it. Seems to have held the details pretty well. Now I can come through and smooth some of these things out. Did get a little artifacting around that corner right there. Let's come back through here and just do an inflate. A smooth inflate around that. And Dynamesh it again. Okay, then I can smooth back over that stuff. That should work out pretty well. Oh, want that to go a little thicker, especially if I'm going to print it later. And got a couple minutes left. That means I can actually do a little detailing on this guy. Okay. How are we doing poly count wise? You know what? We got enough just in the right in the zone where I can subdivide once, and then we can come in with some fine details on some things. And that makes me very, very happy. I need to change the pressure curve on my Z intensity. There we go. That's much better. This sort of thing is such a joy to do. So much of what I do from day to day with 3D gets into technical garbage and all kinds of stuff with rigging, and then, you know, it's like satisfying the client, satisfying the customers, which is fine. I mean, I love the clients, I love the customers, because, you know, they afford me the chance to do this stuff, you know, for a living, and that's awesome. But I do love being able to just like cut loose on something like this. That I'm not worried about whether I'm going to rig it. I'm not worried about anything about it other than how does it look? How's this feel to play around with? And, you know, is it cool? That's incredibly satisfying. I probably could have done all of that skin stippling with just some surface noise, but I like it better when it has the variation that comes from doing it by hand. Okay. Dimples right there. Digging it. Let's see. Reggie says, "What's the brush you use to make the lip wrinkles?" I cut those in with the damn standard brush most of the time. Pink says we have ZBrush, but tend to use Sculptress instead. Well, I'm using the Sculptress Pro mode that's in ZBrush, so it's kind of the same thing. I really like the way Sculptress works for concepting, and having, ever since they put Sculptress as a Sculptress Pro mode inside ZBrush, you can, split the difference between the two and use kind of the best aspects of both, I feel like. And it's just awesome. Okay. I want to add. Okay, I got a few minutes left, and in that time, I'm going to try to add one crazy set of details to this that, I don't know, I may end up ditching them. We'll see. So, let's come through here with, okay, let's come in here and grab curve alpha, and then I'm going to change that to let's change the alpha to this circle. Let's see what we get. If it even gives anything. Interesting. So it doesn't like that particular circle. Let's try that one. That's really weird. Wonder why curve alpha is not working. Oh, duh, because I got subdivs on. Derp. Herp and derp and derp. There we go. Okay, cool. Okay, then. So let's come grab this. And then we'll change the size on this so that it doesn't taper off so much. Or so I thought. Oh, wait. Let's go back to use global settings on there. And we're going to undo. Come back. Let's go down to our stroke. That's going to be where that's at. Modifiers. Okay, I'm going to turn off the size. And that should give me... Yes, that's what I want. Okay. I wonder how many polys it's adding on those. Okay. This may not work. I haven't tried this way before, so we'll see. It's probably not going to work. Oh, did we crash? I think we crashed. I think we finally got our morning ZBrush crash. Or did we? I don't know. It's still sitting here chugging, so well, while I'm waiting for it to unscrew itself, pop back over here and say hi. We'll see what's happening with that here in just a second. So, yeah. I wonder. Thinking about... I'll tell you what. You guys hang tight here for just a second. I'll be right back. Good morning. We're on the stream. Y'all can probably hear the dogs over there. And all right. All right. We're back. And oh yeah, ZBrush is totally taking a dump on itself. Because it does that, like, literally every day. There's never a day that goes by that I don't have ZBrush crash at least, like, 3 or 4 times. Oh. Alright, we're still here. ZBrush should be back. Should be able to get this little guy back. Cool. At least when it crashes, it gives us a nice recovery. I'm going to take a second, though, and switch over to what I walked away to show you guys. So, here's the big guy I was talking about. His paint job is not quite finished yet. But I'm going to try changing my focus to auto. Let's see if that picks up. I can't quite tell. There we go. So, real happy with that. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, my God, this is so delicate. This little guy right here. There it goes. Love these. And for the sake of comparison, here's the one I showed earlier. And here's Big Brother. Really happy with those. Alright, let's pop back over to ZBrush. And, well, since we had a crash, I'm gonna bail on the little eyelash thingies I was doing. Could have been good. But, you know, such is life. I'm still tempted to add some little ones in. But, I don't know, man. That's always... Some of these things are just tricksy, you know. Very hard for me to not indulge myself in little things like that, those kind of details. Of course, I just sat there and did what it was that crashed it last time. is the polish command on something this dense. So I probably should not do that. It's like such a habit to reach up there and just hit that polish a couple times. Hey, Toki. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's morning with the boys. I have definitely got to put a camera on the dogs so y'all can see them when they're coming by. They're funny in the mornings. Toki's probably about to start yowling. He does that every morning for his food. It's incredibly annoying. And now you guys get to share it with me. Yay! I think I'm going to pop this off in its own subtool. Yay, there we go. Now it's working the way I want it to. Okay. Here we go. Now then, what I want to attempt here. Let's see, how dense is that? Let's first on. Let's just lead by symmetry, mirror that. So now we're only working on the one side. Then let's Z-remesh it to half. And then let's Z-remesh it half again. Yeah. I want that thing to have very, very low poly count. Okay. And then pull a couple off here. And then let's bunch these together just a little bit. Like that. Now, I need to remind myself which direction I need to come at this from. I'm thinking what I'm going to do, I'm going to come from here, here. And we're going to create an insert mesh. Now I need to do a test and see what direction those paint in at. All right, we want to turn that to curve. Okay, so instead I need to create that from here, most likely. Now let's see. closer. There's an orientation for this, and I always forget. Well, once I get it, it'll be super cool what's going to happen. Okay, that one makes for a good bottom. So, and we did that from that direction. So now we're going to need to go from this direction. And we're going to append that one. Now when I stroke that, cool, that goes up. Alright, that's what I wanted. So now let's just go back to this little guy. And should be able to... Yes. Here we go. That's what I wanted. So, I'm going to throw some right there just to get that little guy out of the way. Okay. And just move those way down here. We'll end up deleting those, but that's just there so that I have some mesh in place at the moment. Okay. So let's turn off snapping, bend start, bend in. We want those on. And I want to lock the starts and the ends. I probably won't keep these on here for, if I take this to print, but just wanted to see it with some eyelashes, because a lot of times that sort of makes a character come to life in a really weird way. Is that the one that goes down? Yes, it is. I'm using the curve to put this stuff in place at the moment, but we'll most likely end up doing some reshaping after the curve is gotten rid of too. All right. I think that's going to wrap this little fella up for the morning. Pop over and check out the chat. See if you guys got anything to say there. So... All right. Well, let's do the turntable. And we're going to call it a morning. And there we go. All right. Well, folks, that's going to bring us to a close. And I like this little guy. It may turn into something. Who knows? We'll see. So, as always, like, share, subscribe, all that groovy business. Go to 6s1.com, sign up for the newsletter. Also, remember, hit us up on Facebook and Twitter. Also, Instagram, although I'm not using that much right now because for some reason their API is broken when it comes to I have one place I like to use to post to multiple places at once, and just because it's much more convenient. And their API seems to be broken with that, and it isn't working, and that's very annoying. But we're working on seeing what we can do to get that fixed. So follow us on Instagram, but definitely Facebook and Twitter. So yeah, there's the little big-eyed sympathetic alien concept. I think it's kind of cute. I kind of like diverging from the big ears flopping off or whatever, too much Grogu, and actually integrating the ears into that fatty shape around the back of the head. I'm sure that that there's some sort of excuse we could come up for that's kind of creative and works into a story in some way or whatever. So anyway, thanks for watching. Remember, like, share, subscribe, all the groovy business, and till tomorrow morning. I'm Les, and 6s1, and all that groovy stuff. Thanks for hanging out for the morning warm-up sketch.